A TIMA doctor follows Tzu Chi volunteers to care for malnourished children and ill seniors. Tzu Chi joins many NGOs to promote vegetarian diets and environmental protection concepts. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Maggie Tsai. Thank you for joining us. In the aftermath of Cyclone Idai, Mozambique was on the brink of famine. The affected residents in Tica village, one of the hard-hit areas, only have corn and rice flour to eat. Many of the children are hungry and the elderly people are in poor health. To help them, a TIMA doctor followed Tzu Chi volunteer to visit the families in need. Here is our report.
We are here at one of the tribal chiefs' homes in Tica village in Namatanda. There were a total of 96 houses, but all of them have collapsed. The flood water in this village was very high, causing great damage to the whole village. People there only have corn flour and rice flour to eat, and a developing child is malnourished, with her stomach being swollen abnormally. The TIMA doctor follows volunteers to visit the family in need. As this woman does not have enough milk for breastfeeding, her baby keeps crying in her arms.
She lacks the intake of protein and she is in the condition of malnutrition.
The 75-year-old man who had diarrhea for many days sits on the ground being frail. The doctor immediately gave him medicine to relieve discomfort.
Since 2007, TIMA Brisbane has been holding free clinics in Tara, Australia. This year's event is bigger than before, with 81 medical staff assisting with local volunteers. In our report, we will meet one of the residents who was grateful for the dental treatment that she has received last year. As she was inspired by volunteers' compassion, she came to the free clinic to serve as a volunteer this year.
In Australia, the free clinic in Tara has entered its 13th year.
I can smell skin.
This year, there are 81 medical staff serving at the event. From 6 dental chairs to this year's 12 dental chairs, the medical equipment has increased. Dental services can also be found at the venue.
We are here to provide denture services. We hope the residents can get the dentures that they need. This way, they can show others their beautiful smile. I believe if you have good teeth, you will smile more.
Over here, a retired pastor's wife has also invited 4 people to do volunteering with her.
We're not retired. So, yes, it's very rewarding to go and help people who don't have any way to help themselves. So we admire what is done here. It's wonderful.
Because I'm actually a qualified sterilisation technician, and I heard you might need a bit of help with the instruments, cleaning them and packing them and putting them in the steriliser. So, yeah, I was willing to help.
The free clinic is very important for local residents. One of the local volunteers used to be homeless. Last year in 2018, Tzu Chi volunteers have come to deliver love to her. She was grateful for the dental treatment that she received. Therefore, she decided to become a volunteer to help the event run smoothly.
I was here yesterday for the setting up of the whole thing. It was amazing just to be here and watch it, let alone helping with everything. And
Tzu Chi volunteers have traveled more than 300 kilometers to the town. Not only have the medical staff treat the residents' illnesses, but they also inspire others to do good deeds.
84-year-old Mrs. Xie from Kaohsiung suffers from minor dementia, so her family took her to join the Tzu Chi Senior Citizens class in Gangshan. After a while, her memory improved and she also became more open. Her daughter, who works in Silicon Valley, returned to Taiwan from time to time, and she expressed her gratitude to Tzu Chi's assistance to her mother.
CIG travels between Taiwan and the U.S. She feels blessed that she can do recycling with her aging mother, especially after her mother has joined the Tzu Chi Senior Citizens class in Gushan, Kaohsiung.
I am very grateful to all the volunteers for their care of her. She was afraid of going on stage in the past, but right now she will walk faster and also to the front. She won't walk behind anyone. She said she wants to perform at the front.
At the beginning, Ms. Xie was shy and not willing to accept other people or things, but after she joined our team, she started to change slowly, and now she volunteers herself too.
CIG would stop working every 1.5 months and return from Silicon Valley to Taiwan to be with her mother. When she is not here, local Tzu Chi volunteers fill in her position.
I treat her mother as my own and care for her accordingly. I feel I'm doing something meaningful and I enjoy it. Keeping her company is like keeping my mother too, so this is something money can buy.
When CIG and her mother visit Tzu Chi Ganshan grounds, they notice that plastic bottles can be turned into blankets used in international relief work. CIG said that every time she returns to Taiwan, she sees her mother's improvement and also other surprises from Tzu Chi.
To help 3 African countries in the aftermath of Cyclone Idai, Cyclone Temple in Taichung held a ceremony to pray for peace and auspiciousness. Since the temple recognized Tzu Chi's international disaster relief, they also help cultivate compassion for the affected residents in Africa. Meanwhile, the Kaohsiung Jingci Hall also passed down the cycle of love with songs, hoping to help the affected residents rebuild their home as soon as possible.
Singing songs one after another, Tzu Chi volunteer Gao Yuan touches the audience with his singing voice.
Let's help the affected residents in African countries together.
The songwriter is Li Renfu, who is also Gao Yuan's agent. He has turned Wisdom at Dawn into a song.
Although it is not from the content of the Lotus Sutra, we have to write a song today. The song is very important because we will use it to pass down the cycle of love. That's why I wrote a song.
The good song has inspired all the participants' compassion.
My children actually do not know about compassionate giving, and they may be reluctant to contribute their share. I told them that we're fortunate because we have a house to live in, but the affected residents don't.
To help affected residents rebuild their homes, everyone unites with one heart to cultivate more people's compassion. Since East Africa was severely affected by a disaster, Dharma masters and devotees of Cyclone Temple do their parts to help.
Africa has been ravaged by a disaster recently, so I suggested that part of this year's fund be donated to Tzu Chi to help Africa together.
They know something about Tzu Chi's international disaster relief work. They think it is a good deed, so everyone should join to support it.
We are very thankful to the kindness of Cyclone Temple, so we came especially to express our gratitude.
Love can transcend ethnicity, religions, and genders. This is the common doctrine of all Buddhism.
Tzu Chi's early days in Dominican Republic were led by a group of Taiwanese women who were in their country supporting their family business. During Hurricane Georges, they stepped up and were inspired by the compassion of Tzu Chi volunteers coming in from overseas. Soon afterward, a liaison office was established, and this strong group of women have continued to carry out this important work.
At the beginning, many charities came in. These charities have done a lot of things, but they have had some unintentional consequences. No one thought there could be such poor place in this world. When I went there, I would always start crying when I see it.
I was very touched. When the school was built up, I found that the children were no longer running to the garbage dump. They were in the classroom. They were so loud and reading. That was the thing that moved me the most. I saw a small box covered with a cardboard box. A small baby was lying in it and sleeping. This is the only place where they can find shelter from the wind.
Speaking of the disaster relief, Hurricane Georges was a period of sadness, but also the beginning of Tzu Chi in Dominican Republic.
When you look at the children, they are digging through trash and also putting food in their mouths. They don't think this is unsanitary. What other people do not want, he can accept and eat. He puts everything in his mouth.
I think that because we are doing business here, if we make money here, we should also give back to them. You see, Taiwanese groups, those from foreign countries are willing to come, so shouldn't we be able to contribute something? We are really touched by Tzu Chi.
These are the first Tzu Chi volunteers in the Caribbean. They're all quite humble, and together we're responsible for Tzu Chi's presence in this foreign land.
We're here at Buddhist Dava Transfer Station, whether it is sending people to Haiti or helping ATM brothers by sending material aid.
Because we don't have enough manpower. For example, Tzu Yang would be responsible for purchasing, the Tzu Yu responsible for transportation and accommodation, and Tzu Hui responsible for the trucks.
In 2 months, more than 1,000 airport transfers alone. Everyone got a little thinner during this period.
Really, there were people going back and forth to the airports. We had to pay attention to the flights, such who is going to do the pickup and sending.
We had to take care of the Tzu Chi volunteers and make sure they were met at the airport. So each day we would phone each other about who was doing the pickup and how many people we needed to eat.
While they may forget to eat themselves, they always remember that the volunteers doing disaster relief need to eat. In order to help this family, which is coming from afar, feel at home, they bought food from Chinatown and cooked with a Taiwanese flavor. At that time, the vegetable traders knew that Tzu Chi was doing disaster relief in Haiti and took the initiative to supply these ingredients. They also reduced the price. As a result, he also became a member of Tzu Chi. Without these people, it would be impossible to do disaster relief. Even if they are injured while cooking, they still think about disaster relief work.
Tzu Chi volunteers said that there are so many doctors here. Please ask the doctor to give you a bandage. I said, don't worry, I can do it myself because we have our own first aid kit.
I told her that we're vegetarian. Please don't give us that piece of meat.
Laughing and talking about the past is also their most precious memory.
Tzu Hui came back and continued the meeting, and at 11 o'clock, her husband called and said, "Where are you? Your daughter-in-law is about to give birth." She jumped up and I said, "Where are you going?" She said that my daughter-in-law is about to give birth, so I have to go back quickly.
After doing good deeds for 20 years, they have an enviable friendship.
It doesn't matter if there is one more or one less, we still do everything with heart and feeling.
别说没有差很多，差很多啊，尤其是少掉你，差太多了。不能没有你，不能没有你，我活不下去了。哦，安尼就感恩哦。真感恩呀。
Tzu Chi participated in Earth Day activities in Surrey, Canada, a special activity brought together different NGOs for a sort of carnival. Tzu Chi promoted the concept of the vegetarian diet and recycling, also offering games and guidance to remind people to do more to care for the earth.
This game teaches people about what type of things can be recycled. Instructing about these different categories is also a way to love the earth.
We should teach recycling from a young age. Then when they get older, they will be used to this. I think this is a good way to do it. This can help us make a change.
Earth Day was an opportunity for the Surrey municipal government to arrange these activities. Tzu Chi's booth was quite busy as there were a number of games that could be played and reusable bags were distributed. This encouraged more people to begin changing their lifestyle.
So I have to be like, I have to be stronger and be like, I can do it.
In 2017, we had responses from 1 million people. Our goal for 2020 is to have 3 million responses. I hope that 3 million people can be affected by this activity. Today, we are really working hard to promote this event.
The wishes hung on this tree all contain the promise of these visitors on Earth Day to think of our precious resources every moment of each day.
On Earth Day, the Environmental Protection Administration promoted a plastic-free campaign and invited everyone to join. Today, our report will take you to a sporting goods store to see how they've decreased the use of plastic packaging. Take a look.
因为环保政策，所以我现在已经没有提供一次性的塑胶袋。那如果需要的话，我们旁边那边有纸箱可以装。
The sporting goods store has been promoting environmental protection for many years, so they don't offer plastic bags here.
我是第一次来啊，我不知道这边的那个规则啊，所以说下次可能就自己会带，对，带环保袋。
To go with the plastic-free campaign, the store creatively wrapped clothes on the shelves.
In the past, we used a plastic bag to pack 3 to 4 items. Now we use discarded fabric to just wrap the clothes.
其实我们就像翻过来拆礼物的方式，把它打开之后，把这条绳子拉出来，这个就可以上架。
Limiting the use of plastics can begin in small ways. The staff estimates that they have decreased about 100 plastic bags per day for just an item.
There are many plastic products we use in our store, such as packaging material and protective cover during the transportation. When you calculate the outcome of decreasing the plastic use into carbon emission rate, we've decreased 93.4% compared to 2016.
Many stores joined the environmental protection campaign to promote Earth Day. The EPA has also reinforced plastic-free activities in shopping malls, restaurants, and public areas. Together, let's make an effort to maintain a sustainable Earth. The Guanshan precinct in Taitung invited Tzu Chi to hold a vegetarian gathering with the police. In addition, 28 volunteers also joined local residents to participate in a beach cleanup held by Taitung County government.
It is always the police who safeguard citizens. This time, some doctors came to safeguard the health of police officers. The medical team of Guanshan Tzu Chi Hospital went to Guanshan police precincts to give a lecture on vegetarianism and healthcare.
Our average age is above 50 years old, so each one of us has some small problems with our health. That's why the lecture has greatly aroused my colleagues' curiosity. I believe they can benefit a lot from it.
Tzu Chi volunteers prepared 19 appetizing and refreshing vegetarian dishes. They also share the benefits of vegetarian foods, which are not only good for health, but also help to save the earth.
It is very delicious and it does not taste the same as the foods we normally eat. Vegetarian foods have more aroma, which is not bad. They taste different than meat foods.
Besides going meat-free, they also supported Earth Day. 28 volunteers, along with more than 600 residents, participants in the beach cleanup held by Taitung County government. They cleared out 600 kilograms of garbage.
We hope to inspire more people in the community to practice environmental protection and save the earth. We should take good care of the earth so that in the future our offspring will have a healthy place to live.
It is easy to protect Mother Earth. Everyone should take action to practice recycling and embrace vegetarianism to provide a healthy environment to our next generation.
At Da'ai Forest Park, Tzu Chi collaborated with Taipei City government to host a vegetarian picnic day. There were also tournaments for parents and children to play together. Young recycling volunteers were also on site to share the concept of environmental protection. Da'ai Forest Park hosted a parent-child picnic to encourage the public to bring their recyclable utensils and eat vegetarian food. There are also young volunteers to share why it is bad to use plastic bags.
这个是塑胶袋做的，请你不要用好吗？
好。
因为塑胶袋用完丢进大海里，大海里的小鱼大海里的金鱼喝水的时候就会吃进好几公斤。
To protect the earth, one should begin from daily life. The adorable animal area was the highlight of the event because all of them were made from recycled materials.
We used the packaging paper and cut it into some animal shapes. The recycled pipes and baskets were all turned into animals. We can actually recycle all these pipes.
Parents and children joined the activity together and learned meaningful concepts from the games.
I'm not very good at teaching my children, so it's easier for them to come here and learn. The games taught us how to recognize recyclable materials, so I thought it's very meaningful.
The Myanmar Overseas Chinese Association's Chinese teachers brought their students to join the event. One prize is recycled utensils. Students prepared a healthy vegetarian meal for lunch.
This is Myanmar cuisine and vegetarian rice noodles. We use simple Chinese to give everyone an introduction before the trip and ask them to bring recyclable utensils. Everyone has to be plastic-free today.
Not only have they enjoyed a healthy meal, they've also shared a joyful and educational time together. There are more than 700,000 foreign laborers in Taiwan. New Taipei City has the third largest population of them. The municipal government held a kick volleyball tournament which drew 32 teams. The event also coincided with the annual Cyclone Festival.
One person serves the ball and the teammate immediately lifts his foot and kicks it over the net. The competition is intense, as this traditional Thai sport, sepak takraw, drew more than 30 teams of Thai workers. The winning team came to Taiwan 3 years ago, but it's their first time to join this tournament.
It's very special to play sepak takraw here. I hope Taiwanese can also understand the culture of Thailand. I hope we can all play together.
During the Cyclone Festival, promoting this traditional sport lets them feel like they're back in Thailand. They can all share in this hometown feeling with their Thai compatriots.
The number of foreign workers in New Taipei City is the third largest in Taiwan, with more than 90,000 people, of which nearly 10,000 are from Thailand. Therefore, New Taipei City government has held related activities for 9 consecutive years, inviting many NGOs to participate in the event. TIMA is one such organization who set up a booth and hosted a free clinic.
They are away from home and the work in factories is relatively dangerous. Although they have health insurance here, they are relatively passive about getting medical treatment.
I am very happy to have such a free medical clinic. If there is a problem with the body, I will accept such a service, which makes me feel good.
There are a total of 7 departments at this free clinic, including ophthalmology, dentistry, traditional Chinese medicine, psychiatry, etc. There are also volunteer hairdressers to help everyone feel clean and refreshed.
Tainan City Social Affairs Bureau cooperated with YMCA to host classes to teach seniors to make coffee and tea. Moreover, they also opened a coffee shop for everyone to enjoy a relaxing time. We'll leave you with these images and thank you for joining us. Goodbye.